Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks, where it's really an exciting day. We are unboxing, it's an Android 5.1 beautiful smartwatch, and it's become my favorite. That's right. Up until now, if you recall, I was really talking a lot about the Thor line of Android watches, including especially the Thor Pro, because it had a really special screen, a screen that you could see outdoors in the bright sunlight. That's right, it would be totally readable. It wouldn't be washed out. And there was no other watch like it on the market until now. This is the new i3, and it is basically identical in form, fit, and function to the Thor Pro. Let's talk about it. Comes to us from Banggood. Banggood's always delivering on some of the newest technology. It's a Bakeey, Bakeey i3. Look at the size, 1.54 inch. That's exactly the same as the Thor Pro and bigger than the 1.39 inch standard Android watches we've seen that use the AMOLED screen. This uses a whole different type of screen technology. Check the buying links down below. We'll have a link over here where you can pick this up and try to get you a good coupon discount as well. In terms of what it's got inside of it, got dust all over my papers. A lot of you go, why are you still using paper in this day and age of technology? I don't know. Old habits are hard to break, I guess. Anyway, being that it's a 3G phone, you're going to have your standard 3G connectivity in Android 5.1. A lot of folks are going, hey, come on, we're up at higher Android and 4G and all of that. Yeah, well, it's not really stable yet. Oh, before it goes off the screen, I wanted to pay particular notice to this. It says it's IP67 waterproof. We'll get back to that. Support for all of these different things. Anyway, I have found that the Android 5.1 level of operating system is really stable. It's the only operating system for the Android watches that will allow you to have Bluetooth calling. And that's a really nice feature in Android watches these days. As it boots up, we'll show you that we've got a cover for the SIM card that you can unscrew to get into. Really nice, bright, clear, large screen. We've got non-removable bands with antennas in them, which begs the question about that waterproofing. I don't know. There's a speaker port, charging pins for a dock that this thing goes on. Something different now is the side camera and one button. If you recall, in the Thor Pro, we had two buttons over here and a side camera. So little bit of architectural difference. Good solid TPU band. And yeah, this is the black one, obviously. And it's an edge-to-edge screen. The little dot, by the way, is from my app Floating Toucher that I put on all of these. When you touch it, it brings up a little thing on top of it that you can use to do things like go home, back to your watch faces, whatever. Let's get into the box before we get into the watch. Inside of here, I've got some papers. Underneath the papers, here we go. I've got a dock, a charging wire, standard USB charging wire that plugs in here on the dock. I've got the screwdriver that's going to be used to take the screws off to put the SIM card in. And, wow, more paperwork. A user's manual. This is the user's manual. This is the Chinese version of the user's manual. No need for that. Here's a quality inspection thing. And the warranty. So, you might want to take a look at that. Warranty service. And a product warranty card comes with this one. So let's look at the user's manual. It's, wow, spread out like that. English. Yeah, okay, English on all. Wow, okay, that's a big manual. Let's see if we can get it all in here. I'll just go quickly through it, not spend a lot of time on it. You can freeze frame it to look at it if you want to. It looks like it's going top to bottom in 2 columns. Here we go. That's what's coming in the package. Connection with the phone. Of course, this will tether to the phone. while we're going through, I'll mention there's two kinds of tethering. There's a tethering with the app that you can scan that QR code there, or just download the YWII watch from the Google Play Store. I'll have a link for that in the show notes. And that gets you tethered for things like music and remote camera and find your phone and all of those. But as far as Bluetooth phone calls go, being able to talk to the person on your watch that's called you on your phone, that is a setup in a different way. You'd set it up the same way you would a regular Bluetooth headset. And so you need to kind of do two different Bluetooth hookups. There you go, WLAN and BT. Okay, using mobile phone to connect it to the Bluetooth call. Good. We're finally starting to see these instructions showing up in the actual manuals. Okay, there's the. I'm sorry if it's going odd and wrong against the way it's laid out in the manual. I'm sure you can zoom forward and back to get it to where you want to be able to read it. But this will cover the things that I'm not going to be covering, because I'm going to kind of whip through this one since we've done such extensive reviews of similar watches. This is an unboxing and first look. And the first look is like this. The way these all operate, especially running Android 5.1, you slide down and you get some panels at the top. First one lets you know if you have a SIM card or if you're tethered to your phone, date, time, and power level. Again, the dot is coming along with an app, so it's not part of it, and it's not a blemish on the screen. It's that floating toucher. When I slide over, I've got the ability to have the sound on or run it in silent mode. This is the twist your wrist to see the time. Airplane mode, cellular data connection if you have the SIM card in, location services. There's a little asterisk there. I have no idea what that is. This is where you adjust the screen brightness in the 3 different levels, and low is really low. Now, let me tell you a little good thing about this. This, again, has got that transflective kind of a screen to it, so it's brighter in the sunlight. If you run it in the lowest brightness when you're outdoors, you'll see the screen really bright. It'll be kind of black and white and gray. It's not going to be in color, but you won't be using up a lot of power on the screen because most of it comes in from using the light on the screen. This keeps the battery level longer, and you still have use of the... What? You want to see it under the sun? Hang on, I'll get a flashlight. Here we go. This is my cute little flashlight. I'm going to pretend this is the sun now. Here we are outdoors. Look at how it brightens up. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Now, I can make it high if I want to, and it's not going to change. You see, there it is indoors. There it is in shaded sun. There it is in direct sun. It's always going to be viewable. I've found in using my Thor Pro all the time, I keep it in low. And indoors I can see it. If I need to, I can brighten it, or I just tilt it to where I've got some sunlight hitting it and I can read it just fine. Okay, so that's this second screen. Since we're on video, I'll put it in high. And then I slide over and I've got my step count area for the internal pedometer. And if you don't use that, there's a setting in settings that you can turn it off so it's not constantly monitoring and using battery to track your steps. That's it at this top level. Come down here, go over here, you get your notifications pushed to you from your phone if you're tethered for that. Go over this way, you have your app drawer, and one more, you have your music. That's at the second level, okay? Oh, you see it glitched a little bit there? Sometimes it hangs, but not very often, and oftentimes it's just not hitting it right. Okay, if I swipe up, I get the weather in my area, and it's the temperature in degrees centigrade. It's not the newer version in the newer operating systems that has both centigrade and Fahrenheit, but you can update it and you get your basic temperature information. And that was from swiping up. So that's the layout. Now, we've got a variety of watch faces, which I'm going to show you in more depth in an upcoming little video clip where we're going to compare this with the Thor Pro, which really is well deserved since they are basically identical watches. you're seeing some different ones in here that I have no idea what is that. Ordo, O-R-D-O, Ordo. Never seen these watch faces before, and there's the same watch face in a variety of different colors and layouts, and then some more of the stock ones that we've been accustomed to. And as you're wondering, it will indeed accept custom watch faces. Here's my infamous Vegas smartwatch Tix watch face that Android designed for us, and in direct sunlight, that's what it'll look like. The colors wash out, but the reflected light comes through. This is the only the second watch, smartwatch that has this technology in it. We've seen some that are full color, and under bright sunlight, they even get more vivid color. That's your true transflective screen. This is something different. But hey, it's readable outdoors, and that's been really something valuable for me. So I got installed a variety of different watch faces that I find particularly handy. And when you go into the video section, you can look for a video I did on watch faces. I think I put some of these up here that look really good on the Thor Pro. They'll also look really good here on the i3. Okay, that's it for the layout and how it functions. We come over here, we're in the stock app drawer. Contacts phone relayed to your SIM card, but Bluetooth call. This is what kicks in when you're setting things up to tie in with your phone. And when you do, you're going to be able to make phone calls directly from the keypad that'll go out from your phone. Look at the call history from your phone on your watch, the phone book that lives on your phone on your watch, and then an overall settings, and you can scan and do all sorts of things. So this is brand new technology in Android watches. You're only finding it right now on Android 5.1, and it is built into both the Thor Pro and this i3. Messaging is with your SIM card. The overall settings for this, very similar. Sound and display, your app list style in an arc, line, or matrix, how you connect with all of these things, including, if you have a SIM card in it, the cellular networks, which, by the way, if you're trying to connect on 3G and it's not working well, look for a video I did here a long time ago that explains how to do an APN and the things that need to go into the APN in order to get the right connectivity at the right speeds. You might need to modify your APN. Here's I was talking about you can turn the wrist to see the time, and you can turn off pedometer services if you're not going to be using that to track your steps. Beyond that, there's an overall power setting with super power, and this is a listing of all the different things that have been used on the phone, on the watch, so you can monitor your usage. Language and input is self-explanatory. Date and time, same thing. There you reset your equipment, uninstall any installed applications you've put in. And then about the watch. And here's where we get down to the specifics. It's an i3 running Android 5.1. Check the baseband kernel. The kernel information, Monday, August the 20th, 2018 is the latest firmware on this. There's a build number on here, and that's the basics about the watch. After settings, we've got the stock browser that comes with it. You've got your basic calendar, which is just a monthly calendar look. Your clock is where you set your alarms. That's pretty universal. If it doesn't slide back, which it did, you can always hit the button. We've got the camera, which is a nice little side camera. It's exactly the same, as I can tell, as the Thor 4. Thor Pro. Whoa, trying to get the light to shine. There we go. I'm going to try to take a picture here. Well, I got my hand, and we want to always go in and do a quick test of double tapping. And double tap, and back again. And triple tapping brought up and down the details. That's interesting. Okay, I don't know what else is going on. Anyway, that's how the camera works. Oh, you wanted to see if pinch and zoom works? No, the pinching doesn't work. You only can do the double tapping to get access to a zoom on the camera aspect of it. Your gallery is where you'd see the pictures. Music player for onboard music with the 16 gigabytes. You can load a bunch up if you want to. Your overall sound recorder that lets you test out how loud it is. This is a test, testing 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say done and save and see the files and play it. How loud it is. This is a test, testing 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say done. Wow, that's really loud and good bass. This is excellent. Remind me, I want to check the sound of the recorder on this and the Thor Pro, because we're looking at something that makes a difference between these two besides one button or two. Okay, that's there. Your file manager is where you get in to look at all of the stuff that's in your watch. This is where your clock skin folder. Apps core is what I put in for adding a whole bunch of apps. Clock skin is where you'd put in your watch faces, and see I've renamed a group of them as Thor Pro and given them numbers to reorder them in the sequence that I like to use them. Overall, I got 11.25 gigabytes still left. I've only used 1.5, and you add those together, that's how much available storage you have. Your weather, your voice search, which is the Google Assistant, not the full assistant, but the Google Voice search, basically. Your Google Play Store, Google Maps, the whole complement of Google software in here. Here's where you connect the phone. That's the QR code you scan, and it talks about how you open it and how you set it up. A little tutorial. Your health section on this watch is heart rate or pedometer. You don't have in health now a fancy layout of all different types of wellness activities. The music control here is when you're Bluetooth connected to your phone, and that's how you would play and control your music that's playing on your phone from your watch. Find the device, same kind of thing, and switching platforms, whether you're on Android or iOS, and then it reboots for you to make sure that you connect to the right kind of a phone. And then floating toucher, like I said, is the little button that I put there. If you like that, it's not available anymore in the Google Play Store, but it is available in an upload that I did of the latest version of it before it disappeared. And you can get to that by going to the address tinyurl, tinyurl.com/Android watches. A lot of good stuff in there, including some of the APKs for apps that are no longer available. And that's everything stock in the watch. Okay. This is it. This is the i3, and it's a quick overview and an unboxing to get your appetite whetted for this technology. I'm coming back. I'm going to do a comparison, detailed comparison with the Thor 4, and we'll be able to take deeper looks at all of this stuff when we do that. In the meantime, check it out. It's a very promising watch, good competitive prices, and it's available right now. We are pleased with your presence here, and thank you for your subscription and your thumbs up on these videos. It really helps us. We'll see you again soon.